As a certified B Corporation, we think a lot at Mission Partners about the companies we engage with and how they conduct their business and if they're aligned with our values. And when it comes to our company's investments and our 401k benefit, we were so happy to find Aspire Capital Advisors. And let me tell you, they have been a game changer. What stood out to me was their approach. From day one, they took the time to understand our vision to align investments with our values. They put people first always, and they showed us how even the little changes can make a big difference for our employees' wealth-building plans. They helped us build a plan, too, to support our vision for long-term company growth, one that feels right for us and our business. If you're a business owner looking for a true partner in your 401k or investment strategy, Aspire Capital Advisors is ready to help you build a plan for the future that reflects your values. Visit investwithaspire.com to book a free consultation today. They're ready when you are.
The only thing that's going to matter...
Look at what you're doing right now. The more we divide and silo ourselves, it's at our peril.
Did we miss something?
Hey friends, and thanks for joining us for this episode of the Mission Forward podcast. I'm Carrie Fox, host and founder of Mission Partners, a social impact communications firm and certified B Corporation, and I am glad you're here. I've got a quick, short-form episode for you today, drawn from my weekly Wednesday column. Hopefully, you'll find something you've been looking for in this message, particularly as we navigate through the uncertainties of these times. It's called Keep the Light On. So, here you go. On February 3rd, 2025, the Northern Hemisphere reached an important inflection point, the exact midpoint between the winter solstice and the spring equinox. We have officially made it more than halfway through winter, and days will now start to feel longer and brighter again. Yes, even in these dark days, it's good to know that light is in fact returning. Let me just tell you, I have never been good at wintering. I feed on the sunlight and I feel its absence on cold and dark mornings. And as you might relate, it's not just the darker days that have slowed us in recent weeks. These days, with their confusion, disruption, and abrupt changes, can intensify the feeling of darkness. As if in a room with the lights turned out, feeling around for points of comfort, safety, and security. If you're feeling this too, here's a suggestion. Keep the light on. A wise friend reminded me recently that in these moments, when we're struggling to find the light, whether it be the light of the sun or the light to help guide our path forward in difficult times, we shouldn't overlook the light we have in ourselves. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. The reality is that those around you feel some darkness too. They may feel alone, confused, and afraid. Your actions, your steady willingness to check in and show care for those around you, particularly on days when darkness feels intensified, can light the way for others and make our collective journey a bit easier too. Eboo Patel, who we featured last year on this podcast, recently shared the story of Saint Francis of Assisi, who was tending his garden when someone asked, "What would you do if you knew the world was going to end tomorrow?" He replied, "I'd continue tending my garden." There are similar stories that appear across many faith traditions, with a singular lesson. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep showing up. Keep learning. Keep being generous with your time and kind with your spirit. Keep your light shining. I run an exercise with leaders and their teams called Sacred and Taboo. It's inspired by the great work of Stanford professors Bob Sutton and Huggy Rayo. The situation is designed to be hypothetical, and it challenges participants to consider what they would continue to do, even if all of their resources were stripped away. Who would they still be? How would they still show up in service of their mission? Facilitating the exercise this past week felt less hypothetical and more real. Very, very real. as organizations must truly face some of the greatest tests to their mission and their existence. In my most recent session, team members were visibly unsettled and uncertain about the prospects of the future. Even with that uncertainty, though, I could still see their light shining. I could still see very clearly that even under pressure, there were actions in their control. There was still an essential, beautiful, and necessary light they could shine, even in moments that felt dark and uncertain. What you are doing is sacred, and it makes a difference. So use that little light of yours and hold it up high on days that feel dark. Bottom line, these days are hard for all of us in many different ways. The best we can do is hold the light up we have for others, because I promise you this, when you hold your light up for others, you will also feel the benefit of its glow. Oh, and by the way, if your light feels especially dim today and you just need a boost, go ahead and Google Bruce Springsteen, Little Light of Mine. I guarantee some joy in that. See you next time. And that wraps this week's episode of Mission Forward. I hope you enjoyed these words, found value in them, that some of them resonated with you and will stick with you throughout this day. And I look forward to seeing you next time on the Mission Forward podcast.